that no matter what happens, there's going to be blowback. This isn't our fault. It's not the DOJ's fault. It's one person's fault, Donald Trump, that put the country in a position where we have to make a decision. Are we going to prosecute or not? We being the Department of Justice. I think this, look, we never want to get in a position where the new administration prosecutes the last administration ever, because that is, a banana republic. But it's very different when there's an attempted coup. And I think if we say, basically, look, bygones be bygones, the coup didn't succeed, and as long as a coup doesn't succeed, you can get away with it. I mean, I guarantee you somebody's going to try this again, and maybe even Trump himself if he runs again. This has to be pursued. Yes, it's going to be a bit unsteady for the country, but I think the biggest thing that would be unsteady for the country is saying the president's above the law, and covering up justice and obstructing justice is actually the way to go to be safe. We have to do this.
Total threat. Donald Trump is a would-be dictator, and he has been for 7 years. He's given us all sorts of signals that he would grab as much power as possible, to the point that it is fascist. You were talking, Joy, about Trump promising a purge if he becomes president again. Who did the most famous purge in recent history? That was Stalin. Did not work out too well for either his country or the people who were purged. Millions of people were killed, which I'm not predicting, but who on earth would even say such a thing? In any case, just about the worst thing that any president of the United States can do is to try to use his power to wreck our democracy and take total power that goes outside of the Constitution. That's what Donald Trump did on the 6th of January. He was at the center of this coup d'etat blueprint. No president in American history, and there have been some really bad ones, including, as Jill knows, Richard Nixon, no one even attempted to come close to doing that. So if he does that and gets away with that, what does that say to him if he, God forbid, comes back in 2025 to the White House, or another president who says, gee, Donald Trump got away with it, Richard Nixon got away with something less, so I'm just going to see if I can mobilize the 101st Airborne to intimidate people in American society to do what I want. In that case, we have a lawless society. It's absolutely essential that at least an indictment of Donald Trump be investigated, and I think the last 24 hours is nothing but good news.
I now believe that it is happening, not just that it is likely to happen. I believe it is the right thing. Michael and I had an exchange today on Twitter, and I think we both agree that Nixon should have been indicted. I fought for that when I was a special prosecutor while he was president. I do not believe that there is anything in the Constitution that exempts him, any president, from being indicted. And then certainly the day he resigned, I went back to Leon Jaworski and argued that he should be indicted right then when he was just an ordinary citizen. Donald Trump is an ordinary citizen and is committing crimes right now. And he must be stopped. I think that had Nixon been stopped, if he had not just been an unindicted co-conspirator, which is a very powerful step, it was very important. It let us use the evidence of his tapes at trial, which we couldn't have if he wasn't a co-conspirator. Right. But if he had been, one, there would have been a precedent, and we wouldn't be dithering around arguing about should it be done or shouldn't it. And secondly, maybe, just maybe, Donald Trump would have gotten a message from that he couldn't commit crimes and get away with it, and maybe he wouldn't have tried to take down our democracy. Maybe he wouldn't have attempted a coup. Maybe he wouldn't have used the big lie to rile up a crowd, to try to interfere with Congress and the vice president. I think it was important that we should have done it back then. I think it was wrong that Ford pardoned him. And I'm sympathetic to Ford's motive. I don't think he acted out of any bad motives. I think he meant well in trying to protect America. But this is the result of non-action back then, and let's not make the same mistake twice.
And Adam Kinzinger took that same argument, that I know Adam Kinzinger.
My belief is this: we never want to get to a position in a country where we prosecute last administrations, because that's what failed republics, failed democracies do. But if a failed coup and an obvious coup attempt and a president that didn't just choose not to act but willfully watched to see where the mob would go for 3 hours on January 6th, if he is not held accountable through law, I actually fear that that is a far worse precedent than anything else. If we just wash this under the rug and say, for the sake of the country, let's put this aside, there is going to be somebody else, whether it's Donald Trump in 2024 or somebody else somewhere down the line,